Why you should be a Christian and believe in Jesus. Jesus is, I think of the Bible through brain science and psychology. I have a blog, dopsychology.blogspot.com, and a book on Amazon by the same title. Jesus gives you something to cast your cares on, that if something bad happens in your life, you can put it on Him, that He's paid the ultimate penalty for whatever it is that you did. If you think of a law of attraction, karma, reticulator activating system, which is part of the brain, um, if you're going through recovery for some kind of addiction, they teach in the 12 steps that you need to um, use an outside force, something to break the cycle of the thoughts in your head. And you can think of that as demon possession, mental illness, a drive for whatever the addiction is, a substance, or a thought about the substance and the feeling that you get from it. Instead of doing a penance or a sacrifice, uh, like Catholicism and Catholics, um, meditating and chanting like Orthodox Jews and Muslims, through repeating uh, beautiful poetry, you cast that negative thought on Christ, and you keep over and over and over again. Instead of burning a sacrifice, or like they did in old temples, you would go to a priest to have that done, or a Muslim, Buddhist, where you sit and meditate, um, or African witch doctor, where you harm or kill another person, a child, or an animal in order to relieve your suffering. If you think of it as frequency from the law of attraction, that all our thoughts are things, that they actually transmit electrochemical signal, that there's a wave, there's a frequency. If you look at SpecScan, Dr. Daniel Amen, amenclinic.com, you can look at some of that. And Jesus gives you something to repeatedly go back to, that gives your thought patterns something to hold on to, that breaks the cycle of the thoughts in your head. And my concept for it is, if you want to look at some of Dr. Bruce Lipton's work from the biology of perception, when we're first formed, the first human cell, the zygote, when the sperm and the egg come together, we're actually a virus, or two viruses before that, can't live. We have more virus characteristics than life. It has nodes, antenna, that are formed on the outside of that cell. And then our thoughts, the way I think of them, and my concept for them, is DNA. It's always spinning. It's 1,500 rotations a second. And you're on one of those rungs, and you're either going across and you're spinning up with a positive thought, or you're going across the rung and you're spinning down with a negative thought. And you can think of that as mental illness, or for a concept for you, or demonic attack, a craving for something that you know is bad or going to be harmful in the short term, gain in the long term that's going to be harmful to you. But if you want to Google my name, it's Jason Bulsa, B-U-L-S-A. There's a guy that I've never met in India that's put up 9 videos where I talk about our brains and how it works. Um, I'll try to make more videos like this. If there's anything you want to know, I have 9 blogs going as well. If you Google or Bing search, I like Bing better than Google, ecosia.org, and plant some trees while you're searching. You can learn more about what I do. If you have any questions, I've answered a lot of questions on Quora. They've kicked me off there because I'm conservative, and it's run by a bunch of liberal Democrats out of California. I'm using Yahoo Answers. Hopefully it's become more like Quora. Somebody will start another site. I really like that site. I was on there at least an hour a day. I've answered close to like 500 questions. I think I was doing like maybe 5 or 10 a day. I really like getting the questions in depth, especially if it's like a venture capitalist, a brain researcher, uh, angel investor. I've got somebody that I consider a friend that's one of those, close friend, and any kind of questions they have on philosophy and the brain. And right now I'm studying billionaires and their childhoods, and like their great grandparents, and how their personality forms. If you're interested in that kind of thing, just do a search. Most of my stuff is free. I've got a few more books in the works. My Do Psychology, my main two posts that people seem to enjoy that's helping them the most around the world is the one on shame and guilt, and there's another one on forgiveness. And I'll address that in another video. Thank you. Please like, subscribe, share, leave a comment or a question below, and I'll try to get back to you. Just do me a favor and do a quick search. I get a lot of questions, and see if it's something I've already answered, or you could find a good answer too, and maybe let me know about that. Merry Christmas.